afternoon and welcome to today's homecoming football game at Nokomis Regional High School. Today we welcome our visitors, the Hermon Hawks, and our own Nokomis Warriors. Along with Nokomis and the Maine Principals Association, we ask that you practice good sportsmanship towards players, coaches, and the officials. We ask that you please rise and remove your caps for the playing of the national anthem. The Hermon Hawks are led by head coach Kyle DeLance, assistant coaches Matt Farnham, Troy Bennett, Gary Swoboda, Connor Patton, and Ryan Wayne. Nokomis is led by head coach Jake Rogers, assisted by Ryan Robinson, Andrew Haining, and Chance Graves. Your officials for today's game are referee Brendan Carney, umpire David Johnson, line judge Will Martin, linesman Chad Leonard, our back judge is Doug Morris, and our timer is John Redmond. Nokomis has won the toss and elects to receive.
Good afternoon and welcome to Nokomis Regional High for today's homecoming game. The Warriors playing host to the Hermon Hawks. And it's a great rainy day. I'm pleased to see a little blue sky. Nokomis won the toss and elected to receive. So the Hawks getting set to kick off. And this will be Hermon's first kickoff of the season. They've been hit hard by some COVID issues. So I'm sure the Hermon side of the ball is just pretty pumped to be out on the field. Number 75 kicks it off. Wyman. It's a short kick, fielded at about the 20. It's a nice run back. Looks like Aaron Moore is on the run back. Takes it back about 15 yards to the 36-yard line. Warriors will start it off with their first offensive possession. Nokomis on a bit of a roll, picked up a couple of wins. I think a couple of wins, or was I just so excited about last week's win, I counted it twice. I think I did. Warriors have been playing some solid football. Dropped the first two games by narrow margins. Some miscues and penalties costly, but Nokomis put it together last week against Hampton Academy and rolled to a big victory with a great combination, balance of run and pass. And a little exuberance on the Warrior side of the ball. Looks like the trio of receivers lined up to the right had a different snap count and jumped. So we'll push it back 5 and start 1st and 15. Shout out to the football parents. Done a really great job throwing up some decorations, a great walkthrough with pumpkins and the players' numbers on some footballs and some hay bales and mums. It looks great, very festive setting. Hopefully Warriors can bring it on the field. Hartsgrove back in the shotgun, passing on the first down over the middle to Flag. Shoots it a little high and nearly intercepted. Number 4, Johnny Kokoska for the Hawks, almost had the ball drop right into his hands. Pass intended for Flag, and a little behind him and a little high, and you know that's a ball that sailed if it's too high for Ace Flag to get his hands on it. So it'll be 2nd and 15 for the Warriors. Hartsgrove, the backfield. Madden White in motion, miscue on the handoff. Hartsgrove picks it up. Nice job by Grady Hartsgrove to retain possession, grabs the ball. Kind of dives forward, just a short loss on the play, but it'll be 3rd and long for the Warriors. That's a taken down by number 42, Jacob Dow for the Hawks. That's a component of the Warrior game that they haven't quite resolved. That handoff between center and quarterback. There've been a few miscues and costly miscues. You know, it's an area the team has been working on. Hartsgrove gets a play from Coach Rogers, heads into the huddle. Hartsgrove will come under center. Leali in the backfield. Moore's in motion. Hartsgrove rolls to his right. He's got Townsend. Townsend wide open with a beautiful catch. Dawson Townsend, a huge first down catch. About a 27-yard gain on the play. And Hartsgrove fired it on a dime to Townsend. And Townsend really heads up play for the freshman. Just stepped in front of the 2 defenders, saw it all the way, grabbed it, and then was able to turn and get about 10 more yards after the carry. So a huge first down for Nokomis. They're into Hawk territory at the Hermon 35-yard line. Moore is in motion. Inside handoff to Leali. Leali gets through the line, picks up about 4 tough yards. Leali on the carry for Nokomis. Gain of about 4 on the play. That could really open up the Nokomis offensive playbook if that O-line is able to create some creases for Leali and Morin to power through to give that great run-pass balance. Hartsgrove in the shotgun. Leali with him, drops back, looks over the middle, hits Flag in the hands. Flag just can't bring it in, so it'll be 2nd and 7. That was a nice read by Hartsgrove. He had Flag. I think the D-backs in that part of the field are really not going to be able to contend with Flag if Hartsgrove gets that ball up in the air. And I think Flag knew he had the time and space to catch, and I think turned his head a little bit to head up field before he had secured the ball. Warren Flag to the left, White to the near side. White's had some big touchdown grabs. Hartsgrove drops back, dumps it over the middle. He had Townsend just a little bit behind him, so it falls incomplete. Fourth down. I think at this spot on the field, this is definitely an area Nokomis is going to go for it. Ball at the 37, and the Warriors need to get it to the Hawk 30-yard line, or just a nose over the 30-yard line. Wondered if, I was like, I love the gamesmanship of play calling. Wondered if Coach Rogers might opt for a run play on that third down to make it a little bit more manageable fourth down. Hartsgrove fires, and Flag catches the ball just over the 20-yard line. Beautiful pitch and catch by the Warriors, and it's another big first down conversion by the Warriors. Ball will be spotted just inside the 15. So about 15 yards on the play to keep this first drive for the Warriors rolling. They're inside the red zone. A little bit of a miscue on the handoff. Hartsgrove lost the handle on it, and that's a really heads-up play by Leali. Leali had headed to the line for a blocking assignment, and I think he realized the ball popped loose, and he dove back in a really drive-saving play by A.J. Leali. Loss of about 4 on the play. Nokomis can get a first down. Ball will need to get just inside the 5-yard line. I think I like the spot. Send White and Flag to the end zone and hit him in the corner. Hartsgrove back. Tries to hit Moore out in the flat. Moore really hadn't had a chance to get around. I think that I'd like to see Nokomis come back to that play because Flag and White were out there ahead and it's set up for some great lead blocking. And if Moore is able to catch that, he had some room to operate. I think Hartsgrove just needed to give another second for Moore to be able to get his shoulders around and see that ball. Leali in the backfield beside Hartsgrove. Flag, White to the left. Moore shifts over. Hartsgrove hits White. Catches the ball. No, the official says he didn't get his feet down in bounds.
Pass is ruled incomplete.
So it would have been a short gain on the play, close to the original line of scrimmage, so it's fourth down. So 4 and 14. Now we'll see if Coach Rogers, and it looks like they're going to set up for the field goal attempt. And I think the Warriors have recruited a couple of the soccer players to help with some of the kicking. I think Mason Hopkins and not sure who else they pulled over. And I think looks like a little bit of confusion in the huddle about what they're doing. Looks like Hold or McAtee called in. Oh, and it's blocked. Not sure who that was. Number 80 we don't have on our roster, but I'm betting that's one of the soccer players. But a great stop by the Hermon defense to get a hand on the football. Hermon will take over after the blocked field goal. Nokomis with a good opening drive stalls out deep in their own end. And again, those handoff miscues in the backfield, that's a piece of the Warrior game as they head into the second half of the season. I've got to tighten that part of the game up. Kokoska will take his first snap of the regular season, and I think we've got a Nokomis player who stepped into the neutral zone a little early. So Hermon will be the beneficiary of a bonus 5 yards.
5-yard penalty brings up 1st and 5.
Kokoska hands it off. The running back breaks through the line into the secondary. Somebody's got a jersey full of number 21, Gary Glidden. But Glidden with a gain of about 24 on the play, but there is a flag down, and that's usually in the area where there's some sort of holding.
A gain of 21 on the play by Gary Glidden. Flag is down.
Oh, and it's against the Warriors' face mask. Oh, offsetting penalties.
Offsetting penalties.
So we had a face mask on the Warriors and then a personal foul on Hermon. So it'll negate that great first down carry by Glidden. The ball will go back
Replay first down
to the previous spot. So Hawks will try again, 1st and 5. It's an area of football with penalties. I wonder if they've ever talked about. It seems a bit unfair when you get 2 penalties that offset, and it, maybe it's a 5-yard penalty on one side, but a 15-yard penalty on the other side. Feels like it should be like cornhole. You get the balance of the points. Kokoska back in the shotgun. Hand off again to Glidden. Glidden with a hard run to the left, cuts back inside. He's going to be close to a first down. Warriors doing a much better job containing Glidden.
Gary Glidden on the carry.
Looks like number 79, Sean Calloway, for the Warriors at the bottom of that pile. And isn't Glidden able to get enough for the first down?
Several Warriors I know on the tackle.
Ball spotted just over the Hermon 30-yard line, where the Hawks will have their second first down. Looks like we've got a timeout, Nokomis. Could hear the coaching staff up in the booth trying to get Coach Rogers to get the line to make some adjustment. Coach decided, let's talk it over. As our fall teams kind of hit their mid-stride over that midway point of the season. I know we had a couple of cancellations due to weather, so I think next week is going to be packed with Warrior athletics. The football team will be on the road next week, and then we'll return for our final home game, Columbus Day weekend, October 9th. As we near those final home games, we will be recognizing all of our seniors, and we will recognize our cross country. And I think, Maddie Brown, we got to get the golf team out here on a Saturday at that final football team, and let's recognize some of our athletes on sports are difficult when you're a spectator, because they have a sprawling course, so there's not that one common area really to watch. So I'm just really proud of all of our student athletes donning the burgundy and white this fall and getting out there and competing for Nokomis. I think that Hermon receiver is offsides. His foot just looks like it's a little into that neutral zone. Oh, big hit on number 1. Jason Flanders came in motion to the near side of the field. And he was flattened by Leali. gain of about 4 on the play. It'll be second in a short 6.
Brings up second down and 6.
Hermon all run the early part of their first drive. Kukoska fakes the handoff, and Nokomis reads that all the way. And number 22, Max Hopkins, had nowhere to go. Nokomis pounces on it, sacks Hopkins all the way back to the original line of scrimmage, so it'll be 3rd and 10 for Nokomis. And Woodard back in action. You could tell he was anxious to get a play, a huge second down play by Woodard.
Awesome. 5 on the play.
Hawks have been all run with a 3rd and 10, backed up to their own 35-yard or 30-yard line. Let's see if Kukoska airs it out for the first time. Get trip receivers to the right. Kukoska looks left, and he's going to be sacked on the play. That's Aaron Moores coming up with a huge sack. Loss of 5 on the play. It'll be 4th and 15, and the punt unit heads in for the Hawks. So Nokomis and Hermon will take a timeout. Nice job. We got to get the other one out. And a couple of our Warrior faithful. And I got to own this. I bought a Big N flag a few years ago. I can't tell you how many times I've forgotten to get it out. Maybe I need someone out in the community who's going to send me an email before game day, give me a reminder. But we found one of our old flags. We'll make do for today. Coach Kyle Gallant, I think, wanting to review assignments here on their first punt. Nokomis was the recipient of a block field goal, and I know Hermon probably not wanting to repeat that with a block punt deep in their own end. Nice punt, gets away, bounces. Isaiah Morin with a nice job, picks the punt up right around at the 30-yard line, and the Warrior end and able to get it over midfield. I think Nokomis looking like they weren't going to play the punt and let it drop dead, but it took a nice bounce right in front of Morin. And the speedy junior grabs it and takes off with it. Puts the Warriors in great shape for their second offensive possession. Nokomis looked to air it out and went to the air predominantly in the first drive. Let's see what Coach Rogers has this. Hartsgrove moving to the right. Option pitches it to Leali. Nice pursuit by Hermon. Leali dives forward and gets back close to the first down marker, and actually that was Morin.
Morin on the carry for no gain.
Nice job by the Hermon defense, closing out that option.
Alex Smith.
Moore to the near side, White out left. Oh, dangerous ball. I think it is incomplete. It wasn't backwards, but that's a heads-up play by Madden White to not risk it in case the officials rule that was a lateral or a backwards pass, which would be a live ball. And I didn't get the number of that Hermon player, but that was a great defensive play, that Hermon lineman, to get in there. They get a big hand up to knock it down. So it'll be 3rd and 10 for the Warriors. That was number 26, Caden Patton, on that defensive play. Archgrove takes off, dances by a couple of defenders, and he's tackled from behind, close to the 40-yard line. It'll be 4th and short for Nokomis. I think I'm going back to that big first down catch Dawson Townsend had, and I'm doubting myself if I called him Dawson or if I called him his dad, Derek. So Dawson, hopefully I got the right DT in that call. Warriors break the huddle. Hartsgrove under center. Or actually, looks like we're going for the punt. Leali with a nice punt, drives it all the way back inside the 15, and it's a fair caught by number 4, Kokoska. Leali, you know, I think most people, when they think of A.J. Leali, think of his running back duties, but he's had an exceptional season punting. He has been able to flip the field a number of times to push the other team back deep in their own end. Kokoska handoff. Nice pursuit by Nokomis. Morris and Leali all over that play. Gage Moore nowhere to go. Gain of about 2 on the play. Nokomis making some nice adjustments early to clamp down on the Hawk run game.
Brings up 2nd down and 8 for Hermon.
Kokoska drops back to pass, throws it over the middle. Receiver, beautiful catch by number 21, Gary Glidden. Split the 2 defenders.
Pass complete from Kokoska to Gary Glidden.
I think the D-backs for the Warriors got caught ball watching. I think they thought that ball was just going to fall to the ground and didn't realize Glidden had snuck in right behind him. I think Nokomis had a chance to at least knock the ball down. But Glidden on top of it. Nice fire by Johnny Kokoska. Hit his receiver right between the numbers. Gives Hermon a first down at their own 35-yard line. Oh boy, what a play. I think that's Oakley Landers again, just all over that play. Number 21, Glidden had nowhere to go, and Landers drops him for a loss, close to 5. It'll be 2nd and 15 for the Hawks.
Prescott, number 61.
Kokoska drops back to pass, throws it over the middle to big number 42, Jacob Dow, and he just throws his hands to his head because Kokoska hit him right in the hands. And again, one of those cases I think knew he had some room to run and has started to turn and head upfield before he secured the ball. Dow would definitely like to have that one back. Warriors get a bit lucky on that. Kokoska 3rd and 14. Kokoska scrambling to his right. Tries to hit Dow again, just a little too high, so it'll fall incomplete. Flag down on the field. Flag in the backfield often is on the offense. Ineligible receiver downfield. Let's see if Coach Rogers, now as I suspect, with third and long, Coach Rogers opts to decline the penalty to push it to the 4th down. So it'll be 4th and long. So name correction, sorry. You got number 61, it's Oakley Prescott. And Prescott back in action right away in this first quarters, had 2 big defensive plays. That's a welcome return to the Warrior lineup. Hawks back to punt. Deep punt. Morin feels it. He's wrapped up, falls forward over the 40-yard line. Nice coverage by number 84, Bud Coulter.
Morin on the return for Nokomis. Taken down by number 84, Bud Coulter.
With 36 and a half to go first quarter, Nokomis will get their 3rd crack at an offensive possession. Warriors took their first drive deep into Hawk territory, but a miscue on a handoff pushed them back, and they weren't able to recover, and Hermon able to block the field goal attempt. Trip receivers to the right. Inside handoff to Morin. Morin tries to move to his left. He's met at the line of scrimmage, dives forward for a short gain. Number 33 for Hermon, Alex Smith on the tackle.
Isaiah Moore, another carry for Nokomis. Short gain. Taken down by Alex Smith for the Hawks.
Great crowd today to see the game. And there's the horn for the end of the first quarter. So after 1, no score.
That's the end of the first quarter.
And the Nokomis Warriors hosting the Hermon Hawks. We'll pause for the intermission at the quarter. Nokomis will come out with a 2nd and 9. Teams swap ends. First play of the second quarter, Hartsgrove under center, White in motion. Inside handoff to Leali. Leali breaks through the line. Hermon defense swarms around him. Leali close to the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 3.
3-yard gain on the play by AJ
Second
Leali.
and or third and 6. Warriors pushing towards midfield and need to get the ball just over the 50-yard line for a first down. The crew up here on the press box noticing we could be doing a dance. Got a few hornets' nests up in the rafters. I think Matt Brown said he'd take one for the team. I'll push Matt towards the nest. Hatchgrove sends it out in the flat to White. White trying to cut the corner. We'll see if he stayed in bounds, and it does. White doing a fantastic job dancing the sideline to gain the yardage needed for a first down.
Albia Nokomis, first down.
Hartsgrove with a beautiful touch pass, swinging it out to White to the left. And then Madden White just working the sideline. And it looked like maybe someone missed their blocking assignment. There were 2 defensive backs, but White able to elude them long enough to give the Nokomis Warriors a first down into Hawk territory. Leali in the backfield. Morris comes in motion. Play action pass. Launches it. He's got White wide open. Oh, beautiful pass and just inches long. Beautiful route by White. Coach Rogers kind of drops that play chart. Knew they had it. Perfect play call. That's a great look by the Warriors. If that pass is 6 inches shorter, or White's just got maybe a little bit better jump, he's into the end zone for a big play. But it falls incomplete, so it's 2nd and 10, and that looked like an awkward start. I'm not sure if Nokomis trying to catch Hermon off. A little sneak action maybe by Hartsgrove. Didn't really go anywhere. Short gain on the play.
Short gain on the play by Hartsgrove. Tackled by Caden Patton and Alex Smith.
Nice little sidearm by Hartsgrove to Leali. Leali catches and dances for about 6. Actually thought he might have a little bit better spot. Pickup of about 5, so it's 4th and 5. Ball at the Hawk 43-yard line. That was a great pass by Hartsgrove. Number 42, Jacob Dow, the defensive end, just jumped into that passing lane, and he's got a big body, and Hartsgrove just took a little sidearm sling to get it to Leali. And we'll see, looks like Nokomis is going to go for it here on 4th down at timeout Hawks. Teams head to the line of scrimmage for this fourth down play. White in motion. Looks like Nokomis might be trying to get Hermon to jump. And that's just what Nokomis was trying to do, see if they could bait Hermon into jumping offside to give Nokomis the first down. Coach Rogers calls the timeout. We'll see what the Nokomis Warriors do here. Are they going to go for it, or are they going to punt? With 20-ish to go. Can't tell if that's a 28 or a 26. Still plenty of clock left to go in the first half, and with Leali's punting skill, does Coach Rogers want to try to pin the Hawks deep in their own end, or maybe take a chance here? Looks like Leali's dropping back to punt. Glidden and Flanders back deep. Leali kicks it away from Glidden. Smart move. Nice punt. The defensive back was there, but misses the tackle. And the punt returner is hammered out of bounds right around the 20, and it looks like a flag on a play. Potentially could be a hit out of bounds. And if so, that would be a costly penalty. You know, as a coach, you know, you kind of, yeah, personal foul.
Personal foul hit out of bounds on Nokomis.
So costly penalty. They'll tag 15 more on to the end of that run. So instead of pinning back the Hawks, it's a net gain of only about 7 yards. Kind of, boy, it's one that makes you want to pull the Rolaids out of your pocket. If you're a coach, you're thinking, we might have had coulda, woulda, shoulda, maybe if we went for it. Kokoska rolls to his right. He's got 3 receivers. Looks over the middle. Finds Glidden open. The 47-yard line will be a gain of about 12, but there's a flag in the backfield. It looks like the officials pointing the Hermon way, holding Hawks. So a great pass and catch will be negated. So both teams kind of exchanging costly penalties. So instead of a first down near midfield, the Hawks will push it all the way back to just over their own 20-yard line. Or actually, it's a spot of the foul, so it's a costly penalty. They'll be inside their own 20 and need to get all the way to the 42-yard line.
10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul brings up first and about 22.
So I think with sort of offsetting penalties in a way, because this would have been about where Hermon would have started first down, but tougher hole for the Hawks because it's not 1st and 10 for them at that spot. They've got to get about 23 yards. Kokoska back, fakes the pass, rolls to his left, launches it. He's got a receiver open, but overshoots the mark. I think the receiver kind of shaking his fist thinking, I should have kept going with the route. 2nd down, Hawks, and a ways to go.
Incomplete. Intended for number 84, Bud Coulter. 2nd down.
Kokoska looks at the sideline for the play, readies for the snap and the shotgun. Glidden in motion. Gets the handoff, sweeping to the left. He's held up by one tackler, and a host of Warriors drive him to the ground just over the 25-yard line. Forward progress should be right about at the 25. So gain of about 5 on the play. Still will leave Hermon 3rd and long.
Gain of 5 on the play. tackled by a host of Warriors. Brings up 3rd and long.
Kokoska, trip receivers to the right. Glidden in motion again. Snap comes, fakes the handoff. Kokoska moves to his left, looking for an open receiver, floats it up. Oh, nearly caught by White. Pelletier leaps forward. It's through his hands, and White was right there. He's just sort of clapping his hands, knowing he had a good shot at it. But it falls incomplete, so it's 4th and long. And I can't imagine it's going to be anything but a punt here for the Hawks, so nice defensive stand by the Warriors. Isaiah Moore and Aaron Moore is back deep to receive for Nokomis. Clark Pelletier back to punt for the Hawks. Nice kick right at Morin. Morin is going to let it bounce. Gets a high hop, picks it up. Comes to his left. He's got some room and some blockers. Morin just carries big number 75. Owen Wyman with him and dives forward to the 50. So a nice return by Morin, about 15 on the return, puts the ball right at midfield. Last couple of possessions, Warriors have had great starting field position near midfield. Nose of the ball just shy of that midfield stripe, and it's a beautiful white stripe. Shout out to Bob Rowe doing our field painting. Talking with Coach Rogers about teams that video, and they have an application teams upload videos, and he always gives a shout out to Bob Rowe on the quality of the lines, makes it so much easier. As Hartsgrove scrambling, he spins and throws it. That's a nice job by Hartsgrove to avoid the sack. Had a receiver in the area, but there's a flag on the play in the backfield, or could be on the Hawks. It's on the far side of the field. Oh, that's a tough call. That flag all the way on the other side of the field. Seems like a tough angle. Wonder what kind of holding happened back there offensively over near the Hawks sideline as all the play came towards the Nokomis side. But it's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. I don't know why, if we had a receiver going out that was just hanging on to a defender for some crazy reason away from the ball.
First down and 20 yards to go for the Warriors.
So the holding penalty stunted a Hermon drive, and we'll see if Nokomis can overcome this penalty early in this series. 7:10 to go, first half, no score. Hartsgrove looks to his left, launches one. He's got flag there. Oh, flag. I don't think flag could pick it up out of the air. Had it over his left shoulder. Nice pass by Hartsgrove. Nearly dropped it into the bucket of Ace Flag's arms. Both Flag and Moores are right there. I don't know if it was intended for both players to run the same route or just sort of happened. Second and long. Hartsgrove under center. Jaden Parker in motion. Hartsgrove rolls to his left. Has Leali, but Leali can't hang on to it.
Pass incomplete, intended for Leali. Brings up third and long.
Play calling spot on for the Warriors. Just execution not quite there. Couple of near misses. White comes in motion. Hartsgrove with the snap. Fires it over the middle, and that's a beautiful catch. Is that Townsend again? Dawson Townsend with a huge catch over the middle. 20 yards on the gain. Looks like they're spotting it right at the 40-yard line, the Hawk 40-yard line, which should be enough for a first down. I think they're going to measure.
Gain of 20 on the play brings up a measurement.
What a huge Townsend has had. 2 huge catches in this first half. That was a beautiful fire by Grady Hartsgrove. Hit the slanting Tossin right over the middle, and Tossin continues for about 6 yards after the catch to make this a really close measurement. Looks like that yardstick's right at the 40-yard line on the Hawk side of the field, and the nose of the ball is just over the 40-yard line. I think the fans are maybe giving our hometown chain gang a little bit of urging to maybe not walk us straight. It looks like it's going to be about 2 inches short. And I got to believe after that last punt, Coach Rogers is going to go for it here with 6:48 in the first half. I think that, you know, with Hartsgrove under center, he's a long, rangy quarterback. I got to believe that he can push with that line forward a couple of inches. Hartsgrove comes on to center. The Hawk line crowds the line, and a quick snap off. And a dive over the middle. And actually, Hartsgrove picks up a couple a la Tom Brady. A great sneak. Dives over the right side of the center. And a huge first down for Nokomis. Member of our Warrior staff, Don Thorndike, on the PA, not loving my Tom Brady reference, but I told him I was watching some pro highlights of like really big plays, and it seemed to be his Vikings blew a lot of plays. Moore with the carry, swings it out to the left. Gain of 3 or 4 on the play. So it'll be 2nd and 6. And actually, Moore, give him 5. Nice carry by Aaron Moore. Aaron Moore has had a great season. I think he's really come into his own on both sides of the ball, an active player involved in a lot of plays. I think that's so key, both Isaiah Morin and Moore stepping to do some running, carry some of the running load to take it off Leali to give him a break. Pitch to Leali. The speedster senior comes to the left. He lowers his head and keeps driving. Oh, and he just steps out of bounds. Otherwise, Leali is going to the end zone. Leali gets it all the way to the 20. Gain of about 12 on the play. Leali is one of those tough backs to bring down. He's got a great center of gravity. He's fast, but he is tough. He has no problem lowering his shoulder and driving into the defensive backs, and he bounced a couple of them right off their feet. Hartsgrove scoots down, or actually Leali scoots down in the huddle. Hartsgrove checks the play. 6:14 first half. Warriors on the Hawk 20. Hand off to Leali. Leali just driving. Makes contact with 4 different Hawk players. Gain of about 2. Morin will come in and spell Leali. Ball inside the 20.
Brings up 2nd down and 8.
Morin in the backfield. Flag in white, out wide. Moore in motion. Side handoff to Morin. Morin's hit at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go. Number 33,
Hit at the line of scrimmage
Alex Smith
by Alex Smith.
with another tackle.
Play, 3rd down.
3rd and 9 to go. Nearing the 5-minute mark, first half. Neither team able to crack the end zone or the uprights. Nokomis had the lone scoring chance with the field goal. About a 32-yard field goal attempt was blocked by the Hawks. White in motion. Lealy in the backfield. Hartsgrove gets the snap, play action fake. Tries to hit White out wide, and Hartsgrove kind of shaking his fist, knowing he had White, and he just let him a little too much.
Is that 4th down and 9 for Nokomis?
There'd be a 37-yard field goal attempt if Coach Rogers opts to it, but it looks like he's talking with Hartsgrove for the play, so I think Nokomis is going to go for it here. 4.5. It's kind of low, good time and position on the floor to take on the field to take this sort of chance. We'll see if, I'm not sure what Coach Rogers is waiting for. Sort of just has Hartsgrove standing beside him, kind of looking out towards the huddle. I think the officials, not sure if it was an official's timeout doing something. And then Coach Rogers calls a timeout. Not sure what the delay was for because the clock wasn't running. And so if his intent was to kind of run the game clock down, I'm not really sure, but that's what Coach Rogers gets the head job for. He knows what he's doing. I do not. Townsend's had a couple of big receptions late in the series to get first downs. Let's see if his number is dialed up again. I'm sure with some of White and Flagg's stats early in the season, teams are queuing on shutting those two down, and that's left Townsend with a little more room to operate, and the freshman has come up with 2 big receptions. We've seen Hartsgrove hit White a couple of times here on the field, deep in the corner. White has that skill set to make that over-the-shoulder grab. We'll see if that's what Coach Rogers wants to go back to that well. And you always have that option, getting ace flag in the end zone and just get it up there and let him out-jump the defense. White shifts in. Hartsgrove drops back to pass, fakes to the left. And there's Townsend! Dawson Townsend with his 3rd huge reception of the half. Big grab, but there is a flag on the far side of the field, and it looks like a holding. And again, if that's hopefully, that's maybe defensive holding, but it's so far from the play, and it's on Nokomis.
Holding on Nokomis.
Boy, that is a costly penalty, and that's happened twice in this drive. Not sure how it's happening, but it's away from the play and totally unnecessary. Hartsgrove is moving to his left and nowhere near that side of the field, so not sure what's going on over there. So instead of 1st and goal to go, Nokomis is 4th and 20. Dawson Townsend, huge half, and Nokomis. Hartsgrove drops back, and he's just wrapped up. Fumble. Lealy just muscling his way through to get the ball, and it really it's not going to make a big difference who recovers it because the ball's going over on downs anyway, and it's about at the line of scrimmage. So
Hermon will take over.
Penalties and miscues stalling the Warrior offense out. Costly penalty late in the first half. Nokomis was able to overcome the first holding penalty in this drive, but the second one, when you're going for it at 4th and 10 is already, you know, not great odds. And then to push it back to 4th and 20 is tough. Almost wonder on a play like that, Hermon knows Nokomis is going to be throwing it. You know, try a draw play. You know, really, the Hermon line was coming for him. Harshgrove really no room to operate. So Kokoska will come back out on the field on the offensive side of the ball. Let's see if Hermon plays it conservatively or the Hawks want to air it out. Kokoska rolls to his left, looking for an open receiver. Squares around, floats one. Oh! Ace flag, read it the whole way. Just kind of shakes his head, knows he missed opportunity. So that's the defensive backs for the Warriors are sniffing around. You know, they can't hang their heads because the opportunity is going to come back around, but it looks like holding seems to be the call of the day as Hermon's getting pushed back 10 yards. Yeah, the backfield for the Warriors, they've got some size, you know, with Hartsgrove, Whites, Flag, you know, more, you know, as decent size, they can cover some ground. Hand off to Glidden. Glidden powers through the middle. He runs through a couple of tackles, and it looks like Leali has him around the ankles. Glidden with a gain of about 9 on the play will make it 2nd and 12. I think Leali's thinking he's going to go into the Hawks huddle.
Brings up 2nd down and 12 for Hermon.
3:35 and counting. First half, no score on the board. Nokomis is, I'd say, has the advantage in offensive possessions, and they've had some good drives, but miscues and penalties have held them from getting on the scoreboard. Kokoska, receivers to the right, hands it off to Glidden. Glidden's got some room to run. He's got a full head of steam, and he's tackled just over the 50 by White and Moore. And Glidden with a huge carry, about 25 on the play, just rumbles into Warrior territory.
White and Moore's on the tackle for Nokomis.
Glidden, the junior back for the Hawks. It's like a freight train when he gets some space. Under 3 to go, first half. Hawks trying to capture some late half momentum. Hermon will receive to start the second half, so this could be one of those opportunities to score twice. Let's see if the Nokomis D can step it up. Will the Hawks go back to Glidden? And they do. He darts to the left, cuts back through the middle. Dives forward for a gain of 5, but there's a flag on the play. And let me guess, it's going to be holding.
Flag is down. Holding on Hermon.
I think we've had about 100 yards in holding first half, if you combine both teams. Again, costly penalty for Hermon. Hermon getting some momentum on the ground. Glidden, courtesy of Gary Glidden, but the holding call pushes it back. Inside Hawk territory, ball spotted at the 43-yard line, and the Hawks need to get to the Nokomis 38 for a first down. But it is first down again for the Hawks. Oh, ball pops out. Pass is complete to Dow, but he's hit hard and it pops out of his hands. I think that's number 32. Isaiah Morin recovers the fumble. And I wondered if they might call that an incomplete pass. So we might like to throw the challenge flag on that one if we had one. I'd throw it here from the broadcast booth if I could. Number 42, Jacob Dow caught it, was hit immediately. It was a close call. Initially when I saw the play, I thought it might be it might be called incomplete. I'm not sure he really got a chance to make a football move. Is that the correct term? No, you know, certainly to the Nokomis faithful, you'd like to get that play, but either way, it's incomplete. It's still a 2nd and long for the Hawks. And Dow has been a nice target for Kokoska over the middle. Hand off to Glidden again. Glidden cuts to the left. He's hit in the backfield. Trying to get the number of that Nokomis player that hit him in the backfield. I think that was McAtee. Got enough at Glidden's feet to stumble him where he was cleaned up by his Warrior teammates. Gain of a couple on the play. It'll be 3rd and about 15.
Brings up 3rd down and 16 for Hermon.
So here's an opportunity for Nokomis. If they can get a stop here, force Hermon to punt. Maybe with a minute or a little less than a minute to go, you know, potentially a big completion. Nokomis can chew up the ground quickly, but they can't put the cart before the horse. They've got to get a stop here and send this Hawk offense to the sidelines. Low snap. Kokoska picks it up, rolls to his right, looking for a receiver. He's being pressured. He floats one. He's got a receiver open behind the defense. Bud Coulter had it in and out of his hands. And if he catches that cleanly, it's not only going to be a 1st down, it potentially is going to be a touchdown. Kokoska doing a nice job scrambling to buy some time, and he's finding open receivers. He's had a few drop passes this first half, 57.8 to go. Hawks looking to punt. Moore drops back. Kind of a line drive punt right into the arms of Moore. Moore splits a couple of defenders, carries the ball back to about the 37-yard line where the Warriors will have 49.1 ticks of the clock to see if they can get some points on the board before this scoreless half comes to a close.
1st down Nokomis with 49 seconds to go in the half.
Graham Gardner hustles into the huddle. Hartsgrove under center. Pitch to Leali. Leali, oh! Leali with the pass option throws it. It's tipped and intercepted. Hermon with a huge turnover. Ball returned to the Nokomis 30-yard line. Warriors trick play backfires on them. Not sure who that Hawk player was in front of Leali. Got enough on the ball for the miscue. So the Hawks back in action on the offensive side of the ball. 39.2 to go. Warriors gamble and lose. Their defense heads back out. See if they can get a stop to keep the Hawks off the board. Kokoska rolls to his right. He's got room. He lines up. He's got number one. Flanders wide open, and it's a Hawk touchdown. Flanders just sneaks behind the defense, and Kokoska hit him wide open in the end zone for a Hermon Hawk touchdown. So the turnover cost the Warriors. Just a defensive breakdown by Nokomis. I think they saw Kokoska rolling in the room in front and kind of got caught in no man's land with trying to protect Kokoska from running. Lost track of Flanders. Wyman out for the extra point attempt. Ball's up and does not clear the crossbar. So Nokomis gets a little bit of good luck and keeps that extra point off the ball, which we know what a difference an extra point can make. It cost Nokomis on the road at Bucksport. So hopefully a little bit of good luck, but with 30 seconds to go, Nokomis will have a half a minute to try to do something with the ball. So this kickoff return could be key to see what the Warrior options are before this half comes to a close. Looks like the weather may hold off for the game. Had some streaks of blue sky, clouds moving in as we near halftime. Really comfortable day for late September. Most Hermon stealing some momentum here late in the first half. First to get on the scoreboard, tight game. Wyman with the short kick. Tossin backtracks to catch it. He's surrounded quickly. Number 84, Bud Coulter, tackles him. Looks like right about the Nokomis 28-yard line. So 24.7 to go. See how aggressive Coach Rogers opts to put out on the field before halftime. I think Warriors had a little over a minute to play and tried the trick play, and that definitely did not go as planned. I think the play was not a bad call. It was just a great defensive play to tip the pass. So handoff goes to Leali. Leali hurdles a defender at the line of scrimmage. Leali stays on his feet. He's tackled by a trio of Hawks close to the 45-yard line. Hartsgrove trying to hustle the team to the line to get ready to go on the snap, on the spot of the ball. Nice hustle by Nokomis to get up and ready. The official winds the clock. Clock starts, and Hermon jumps off sides before the... I'm not sure. I think Hermon got away with them, but they jumped before Hartsgrove spiked the football. But a good job by Nokomis. Just only let 4 seconds go off in that end of play to spiking the football. So some nice clock management by the Warriors. So they should have enough time to get a couple plays off. Leali, a great run to put Nokomis in a little bit better field position. I think that down marker should say one, or it should say two. He spiked the ball. Hartsgrove rolls to his right. He's got some room, but he's being chased. Floats it for Townsend. Townsend dives for it, but it skips off the turf. 5.6 to go first half. Let's see if Hartsgrove can unload one and catch a receiver behind the defense. You know, if you're Nokomis, what you kind of hope for is maybe a deep pass and then, get some sort of penalty to help you out a little bit, because the clock the period can't end on a defensive penalty. Townsend near left. Let's see if he just heads off, and that's looks like definite holding on Nokomis. The pass is intercepted, so if Nokomis can make the tackle here, receivers pushed out of bounds. That should be the end of the half.
Pass is intercepted.
Hartsgrove just sort of slings it into a crowd. I think that was number 11, Clark Pelletier, picking it off, runs it back to about midfield. Flag on the play. Clock expires, and that's the end of the first half. Hermon with a late score off a Nokomis turnover puts 6 on the board, so we'll head to halftime, 6-0. Hermon will be receiving to start the second half.
Hermon will receive the second half kickoff.
Focus.
Mason Hopkins to kick for Nokomis.
Hopkins, the two-way athlete this fall, plays for Nokomis Warrior Soccer, doing the kickoff duty, sends it to the 20-yard line. Nice coverage downfield by Nokomis. Whoops. I think that's A.J. Bryant with the tackle on the play.
Tackle by A.J. Bryant.
Hawks will start it off again with the ball just shy of their own 31-yard line. A couple of miscues and tough calls. I think on the press booth we were lamenting the incomplete pass, that it looked like Nokomis maybe had caused a fumble and recovered it. And then, just penalties. Penalties are hurting both teams, but Hermon able to get a big turnover late in the half and push it into the end zone. So Costco will head back out on the field with his offensive teammates. Hand off to Glidden inside, and Glidden is just wrestled down. That's a fantastic tackle by McAtee.
Glidden on the carry for Hermon, taken down by Ryan McAtee.
McAtee all over
Pass on the
it.
play.
Drops Glidden for a short loss, so ball pushes back inside the 30-yard line. Gary Glidden has really got the drive rolling for Hermon late in the first half. Hermon's had some success getting their receivers behind the defense. Had a few drop pass. Glidden heads off to the left, and he's wrapped up close to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be a short gain on the play. Third down, Hawks. There's a crowd of Warriors closing the door on that play.
Gain on the play by Glidden.
And Hartsgrove helping the cause on the defensive side of the ball.
Brings up 3rd down and 9 for the Hawks.
Third and 9. Hawks break the huddle. Glidden in the backfield. Koska in the shotgun. Flanders near side wide. Receiver comes in motion. Koska rolls to his right. He's being pressured, overthrows the receiver. Nice defense by the Warriors.
Koska pass
Oakley Landers with great pressure.
intended for Coulter.
Landers, a sophomore, was missed from this lineup, and his speed. A speedy sophomore linebacker doing a great job pressuring Koska to throw that pass a bit early and off balance. Pushes it to a 4th down. Hawks will send in the punt unit. Too deep for the Warriors. High punt. Morin catches it with his fingertips, evades 2 defenders, comes to the left. He's got blockers and he's got room. Morin cuts back. Morin heading to the end zone. He could go all the way. Isaiah Morin with a 65-yard touchdown. Punt return ties the game. What a way to start the half. A beautiful run by Morin. Caught the ball just inside the 30-yard line. Split 2 defenders. Came to the left. The blockers, give the Warrior team credit. He had a host of blockers to the left. And then Morin with a fantastic cut back. Just darted to the right side of the end zone to hit pay dirt for the Warriors. And that's just the boost the Warriors needed. I think they were feeling, played a really solid half, had good opportunities, and then gave up the turnover and the score late. Hermon coming out with high hopes. Ball's down, extra points blocked, so a costly miss keeps this game tied at 6.
Extra point is blocked, no good.
So that's 2 blocks in a row. Coach Rogers kind of heading out on the field.
Ties the score at 6.
I think he's wanting to make some adjustments on that kick coverage. Hermon right up the middle. Not sure which player got a hand on it. It came right through the middle, and that point out that PAT was dead in the water. I don't even think you could say he got a fingertip on it. He got a chest on it. Certainly some sort of blown coverage. But a great run by Morin. Breathes some new energy to the team. So Warriors set to kick it off. Hopkins will put the ball on the tee. Hopkins line drives it. Low liner, it's picked up by number 22, rated about the 40. Missed tackle. White kind of had him by the jersey, but couldn't hang on. So it's a nice return by Hermon.
Hopkins on the return for Hermon.
They'll start their second half offensive drive inside Warrior territory. Ball spotted at the 47-yard line.
That'll be at the Nokomis 47. First and 10.
You know, one thing that's really great is to see the coaches in the fall kind of working with each other. Got a couple of athletes. You know, Hopkins, mainstay is playing soccer, but when he can, jumps to football on game day to do some kicking duties. And Grady Hartsgrove, quarterback for the Warriors, and when he has a chance, hits the golf links. Now, hopefully, Hartsgrove a great chance to qualify for the state tournament. He's an outstanding golfer, too. Glidden got a full head of steam, and he's headed to the end zone, and he's tackled from behind. Touchdown saving tackle. Not sure there who that is over on the left side. I think it's Moores. Glidden with a great run. Kind of a head fake, like he's going to cut to the middle and then turns it outside.
Inside the Nokomis 10-yard line, first and 10.
Picks up about 35 yards on the play. Nose of the ball just inside the 10-yard line with the Hawks. First and goal, so we didn't have a whole lot of scoring through most of the first half. Just in the last minute, Hawks got on the board. A big punt return by Morin. And now a big run by Glidden puts the Hawks back in scoring position. Glidden again. Pushes through the line, gets close to the 5-yard line. Tackle made by Vachon. Second and goal.
Glidden on the carry.
Nokomis sideline making some noise, trying to urge their defensive squad into a big goal line stand. Boy, if you're Hermon, Coach Kyle Gallant, you got to like Gary Glidden, the big junior back. A tough runner to take down. But the Warrior defense is up to it, and there's someone underneath the pile. They got him right around the ankles, and that looks like number 77 for Nokomis, Simon Chadbourne. Chadbourne had some big tackles last week, and forgot the name of the Hermon back who was just chewing up the yardage. And Chadbourne had a couple of big stops in that game. Comes up big here to push a third down, no gain. Ball at the 5-yard line. 2 down territory for the Hawks. Or you would assume it is. Not sure what their field goal kicking game is like. Koska rolls to his right. He's got an open receiver. He opts to run. He dives for the pylon, but he's out of bounds, just shy. Vachon doing a nice job preventing the touchdown. The ball's going to be spotted. Looks like at the half-yard line. It'll be 4th and goal.
Brought down inside the 1. 4th and goal.
Huge play. A 6-6 ball game midway, heading towards the midpoint of the third quarter. Hermon started inside Nokomis territory. A big run by Gary Glidden put them in the red zone. See if they go back. Both teams crowd the line of scrimmage. Timeout, Hermon.
Timeout, Hermon.
See if Coach Kyle Gallant maybe wanted to see what the defensive lineup was going to look like. I want to give a shout out. I know our tech director for RSU 19, Josh Grant's at home watching the game. And we're going to say a big shout out to you, Josh. A lot of his tech work is brought brought things alive to people at home online with all our live streaming and tech support and their tech skills getting Warrior Broadcasting rolling. Of course, Matt Brown, Kirk Kelly. Also a big piece to, I think, give some of the best quality video live stream that you see out there. I don't know if you've got a 4K TV, if you've got that ability at home. The quality of the video is crazy good. Thanks, Josh. Hope you're enjoying the game from home. Here we go, out of the timeout. 4th down, goal to go, half-yard line. Can the Warriors come up with a goal line stand? Try to get Nokomis to jump. Pitch to the left, and they've read it all the way. Huge tackle by Nokomis. What a stop! Was that ace flag? Flag with a huge defensive play. Not only do the Warriors stop the Hawks from getting in the end zone, they sack them back 10 yards, so they'll take over on downs with a little bit of breathing room. What a huge play by the Nokomis defense. I think that was a flag on the stop. It's in that far corner of the field away from the broadcast booth. Tough to see the number, but a great defensive play. No gain on the play for Nokomis. Warriors sweep right.
A.J. Leali on the carry for Nokomis. No gain.
Great ball game shaping up. Hawks, first game of the season. Nokomis with a back-to-back Saturday home games picked up the win, first win of the season against Hampden Academy. Warriors would like to get on a roll here with 2 wins in a row. Hand off to Moore. Moore looking for room, tries to stiff arm, evades the defender. Moore's hit out of bounds, flag on the play, and I think might be a block in the back. White kind of shaking his head. It's a tough run by Moore, but I may be coming back. It looks like 2 flags on the play. Holding Nokomis. That penalty's declined. Block in the back, Nokomis. That penalty will be accepted. So a great second down run by Moore is negated. Nokomis really struggling with the penalties today. They continue to shoot themselves in the foot with mistakes. So they're going to get backed all the way up to, looks like the 5-yard line. So it's going to be second and about 17. Second and 16.
Second down and about 17.
Costly penalty towards the end of the half. Townsend had a big reception to put them inside the 5 with a first down. Now backed up against their own end zone. Hartsgrove drops back, comes to his right, nearly gets tackled into the end zone. And Hartsgrove's got to get rid of that ball a little bit quicker. I think just to host the Warriors. And and Hermon may have just bailed Nokomis out with a taunting penalty. Hartsgrove battles to get out of the end zone to avoid the safety and is tackled at about the 1-yard line, and 2 flags pop right out. It's going to be a dead ball, unsportsmanlike call against Hermon. So the Hawks, both the Hawks and the Warriors, penalties just costing both teams from really potentially getting some separation in this 6-6 game. But that is a huge penalty. Nokomis was going to have third and a long way to go from their own half-yard line, and now Nokomis is going to get a first down out of this. The unsportsmanlike penalty, although I don't think the yardage is even enough to give him a first down, but it should be an automatic first down on a dead ball, unsportsmanlike call. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought, am I right, John? No, I am wrong. It's not an automatic first down. Like I said before, I don't know what I'm doing. So it's second and short, so a much better, or third and short, much better down and distance for Nokomis. Hartsgrove throws it out wide to White in the flank. White just drives the legs, trying to get close to that first down marker. And it looks like he is going to have a first down. So great play, Hartsgrove to White, and White just using his sheer strength to push that ball over the first down marker. So a big first down for Nokomis. See if Nokomis can put together a few series of just penalty-free plays. I think we got a Hawk player jumping. Saw some of the Nokomis offensive squad clapping, and now players starting to move upfield. But the officials kind of a long conversation. Oh, and they're calling it against Nokomis. So, so Nokomis a little overly optimistic. Yeah, Director Matt Brown are just saying it's kind of like a confetti out there. It's almost, you know, it's a flag every other play. There's only one flag I'd like to see on the next play, and that's ace flag, catching a big catch. Hartsgrove drops back to pass, throws it to White. White's got a little bit of room. Cuts by the first defender, and he pushes over the 35-yard line. So another first down reception by Madden White. And another flag on the play. I don't know. I don't see it. Yeah, flag thrown right to near where White was tackled, or the initial contact. It's kind of stifling any momentum. Horse collar, so that's a big penalty against Hermon. So tack on another, I think, 15 yards from the end of that. So that's going to push the ball close to the 50-yard line. So Hermon, costly penalty on the Hawks. But that taunting penalty when they had the big defensive play, you know, really was the that killed their stop. They had the Warriors backed up in no man's land, kept this drive alive, and now with another penalty, Nokomis near midfield with a first down. 5:45 to go, third quarter, all tied up 6. White in motion. Hartsgrove rolls to his left. He's got Leali, fakes the pitch, keeps it himself. Hartsgrove scampers out of bounds just over the 45-yard line on the Hawk side of the field. Gain of about 7. Nice play by Grady Hartsgrove, reading what the defense was giving. Picked up 8, 2nd and 2.
Gain of about 8 on the play, brings up 2nd down and 2 for the Warriors.
This drive, a mix of some positive plays for Nokomis and some tough penalties on the Hawks. Nokomis on the Hermon side of the field. White in motion. Play action. Leali cuts through the line. Leali muscles over the 35-yard line, and it's a first down carry for A.J. Leali. Gain of about 8 on the play.
Taken down by Jason Flanders.
Flanders on the tackle.
First down.
Yeah, when Nokomis can get those pass completions, it opens up that run game for Leali. Some gaps in the line, and when that works, when you can get that balance of that pass run, just really keeps the defense honest and on their toes. Haven't seen our Hartsgrove take a deep shot lately. Pitches it out to Leali. Lealy trying to beat number 26, Patton, around the corner. I think if Lealy could have stuck the foot in the ground and cut it back inside, he had some room on the inside. Gain of 3 on the play. Isaiah Morin will come in to spell Lealy.
Gain of 3 on the play.
Hartsgrove under center. Morin in the backfield. Moore's in motion. Morin, good jump out of the backfield, gets the handoff, and he's spun around, and he's hit by about 6 Hawk players. And finally, the 6th one able to get him off his feet. But he takes it to about the 32-yard line. Gain of about 3. It'll be 3rd and 3. And then we've got a Hawk defender down. It looks like number 84, Bud Coulter. And it would not surprise me if that's a lower body injury when you get a crowd of players. And I think Coulter had a hold of Morin and just teammates diving in. Or cramp. Matt Brown, he's always got the call. But when you do, you get a group of players who are kind of wrestling to get somebody down and somebody else crashes in. Just it's easy for somebody to get twisted on the play. So Warren with a gain of about 4. It'll be 3rd and 2. It's good to see Coulter up on his feet, kind of hobbling off. Sure he'll get some fluids in him and get back in the game. Gary Glidden, who the running back for the Hawks, working on both sides of the ball. Hartsgrove under center, Lealy in the backfield, White in motion. And Hartsgrove kind of ducks his helmet and surges forward. And he's close to the 20-yard line. Hartsgrove with a gain of almost 5 on the keeper.
First down, Nokomis.
Gives the Warriors a first down. Great job by Hartsgrove, just wrapping the ball up with 2 arms. And following his lead blocker to pick up a first down and then some. Pitch to Lealy. Lealy cuts it inside. He's spun down by number 33, Alex Smith. A gain of 3 on the play. 2nd and 7. Ball at their Hermon 18-yard line. Flag slides out wide left. White in motion. Lealy in the backfield. Little fake pitch. Hartsgrove on the keeper. He cuts through the line. Hartsgrove's going to be close to a first down. Looks like he's going to be spotted just shy. The 11-yard line. Down marker. Tough to see the spot. Looks like the down marker is just over. Look at the 10.5-yard line. So it should be 3rd and short for Nokomis.
Gain of 6 on the play brings up 3rd down and 1.
Hartsgrove's had some success with the keeper in short down distances. See if he goes back to that well, and he does. Follows the blocker, stays on his feet. He's going to get down to about the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal, Nokomis. Just under 2 to go, first half. 6-6. Oh, and that's not what you want to see. Hartsgrove comes up limping. Not sure if it's a cramp or an ankle. The officials are going to motion Hartsgrove to come out. Yeah, I think once the official recognizes a player is injured, they are going to send him out to the field to get checked. Could be one of those, not sure if it's a cramp or one of those you just roll your ankle a little bit and you get that initial flare of pain, but you're able to walk it off. And it looks like Hartsgrove will have to come out of the game for at least one snap of the play. Kind of bangs his helmet down. Not sure if he's frustrated about coming out or the injury.
First and goal for the Warriors.
Let's see who Coach Rogers puts under center. See Morin and Leali in. It wouldn't surprise me if it's going to be a direct snap to Leali. AJ Leali, talk about your do-it-all senior. Now he's going to take the snap as quarterback. High snap, picks it up. He muscles towards the goal line. A gain of about 3. Is there anything AJ Leali can't do?
All the way down to the 2-yard line.
And Hartsgrove's going to return to the lineup, and Leali's probably like, yeah, I could try this again, coach. He's trying to pass. He's taking a snap. Yeah, and our PA announcer, Don Thornick, says, let's see if they give it to Leali. He hasn't hit the end zone all year. He's close. Not sure. He's right at the goal line. It'll be third and very short. Feels like it's as close as you can get without being in the end zone. See, AJ Leali has been just grinding it out for Nokomis and hasn't been able to break the end zone plane. Let's see if Coach Rogers gives it to his senior back. And Hartsgrove is going to be the keeper and dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Warriors. So Nokomis takes the lead, 12-6. And my bet is, we'll see what Coach Rogers attempts to do. And Nokomis' kicking game has struggled with the coverage. They've had a field goal and an extra point blocked. And it looks like Coach Rogers, keeping Hartsgrove out there, is going to go for 2. The 2-point conversion here could really put the pressure on Hermon. Hartsgrove bobbles the snap, and he doesn't even see where that goes. It's covered by Hermon, so we're 0 for 3 with both teams on point after attempts. So it's 12-6. So again, Nokomis takes the lead, but leaves that little seam. Those missed after points can be costly. Hopefully it's not something that bites Nokomis. Late game, nearing the end of the third quarter, 29.7 left. Nokomis on top, 12-6. Tough drive by the Warriors. Ground game getting it done, and some bonus yards courtesy of some Hermon miscues. I think, for Hermon, I think that's to be expected. Maybe a few extra penalty flags, having had a chance to get their team. Probably haven't practiced a whole lot and, whole squad and been able to get in some live game action for a long time. But for Nokomis, getting to, the last third of the season, these are the sort of mistakes that you want to have cleaned up. I think some Mason Hopkins soccer teammates are in the crowd, giving him a rowdy cheer. Hopkins didn't quite get out of that first kickoff. Was a solid. Last kickoff was sort of a low line drive. Gets under it this time, drives it deep all the way back to the 15-yard line. It's a great tackle, open field tackle on number 1, Chasen Flanders on the return. Hunter Simpson. Oh, Hunter Simpson with the kick, not Hopkins. And Simpson had a great kick. I don't know if that was A.J. Bryan again on the kickoff coverage, but a great tackle. Gets Flanders down at the 25, and Flanders has stayed down on the turf. So Flanders it's good to see Flanders able to get up of his own accord and trot off the field. So Hermon will start First and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Pelletier and Hopkins out wide for the Hawks. Kokoska in the shotgun. Receiver in motion. Misdirection handoff goes to number 2, Gage Morin. That's covered up by Nokomis. Short gain on the play.
Gage Morin on the carry for Hermon.
It's likely Alley in on that play. Chad Morin and McAtee. No gain on that play, and that'll be the end of the third quarter. Warriors with 2 third-quarter touchdowns move ahead 12-6.
And the Hermon Hawks 6.
Warriors break huddle with a defense chant. Potentially could be a key stop in this game. Nokomis can shut Hermon down on this drive and get the ball back. Nokomis are starting to get some rhythm offensively. If Warriors can get the ball back and get that 2-score advantage early in the fourth quarter, really will put the pressure on the Hawks. Hermon has been able to come up with some big plays of their own. Both a couple of good big pass completions from Koska, and Gary Glidden has had 3 or 4 big runs for the Hawks. Koska rolls to his right. Late throw, defensive back falls down. Moore slipped down, and the receiver's open. So it's a big pass completion, about 22 yards. Koska to Glidden. Puts the ball inside Nokomis territory. First and 10 for the Hawks.
First down, Hermon.
Koska rolling to his right, had plenty of time to survey the field and found Glidden kind of wide open. The defensive back had slipped down. So a big third down conversion. Ball spotted at the Nokomis 48-yard line. Hermon looking to answer the Nokomis touchdown. Morin with the handoff, gain of about 3. Tackle made by McAtee. Chad Bourne in on the play.
Gage Morin on the carry. McAtee and Chad Bourne on the tackle. Gain of 3 on the play.
2nd and 7, Hawks. Koska drops back, looks to his left, continues to go, decides to keep it. A couple of missed tackles, but finally wrestled down by number 50, Ryan McAtee, close to the line of scrimmage. Short gain on the play. It'll be third and 7. Another opportunity for Nokomis to put a halt to this Hawk drive. Coach Kyle Gallant's got to feel a little bit better about this drive. No laundry on the field to this point. No penalty flags. Trio of receivers to the right side. Coulter near side. Low snap. Koska goes down to get it. He rolls to his right. He's got some room. He's near the line of scrimmage when he lets it go. Pass is complete. That's a great catch.
Pass is complete.
About another 20-yard pass and catch by the Hawks to convert third down. Pelletier with a bobbling catch. Curls back, catches the ball. Nokomis defensive backs, some of these balls are looking like 50-50, and Nokomis sort of giving room. Like to see those defensive backs get a little more aggressive and pounce, or at least get a hand on the ball. And give credit to number 4, Johnny Koska, the junior quarterback. He's using every inch of ground he can. He knows where that line of scrimmage marker is and just let the pass loose just before he crossed it. Handoff. Running back stopped right at the line of scrimmage. The Warrior defense tightens up. Chad Bourne at the bottom of the pile. Leali in on the play. Loss of about a half a yard. You don't see Glidden hasn't been stopped too many times, but the Warriors have read the play well a few times and have been able to get him near the line of scrimmage. But if he gets past that line, he's been able to rumble for some big yardage. Just under 8 to go, fourth quarter. Nokomis on top, 12-6. Hawks pressing. McAtee chases Koska able to get rid of it before he's pushed out of bounds. Falls incomplete. Third and a long 10. Again, you would think this would be 2-down territory for Hermon. See, Kyle Gallant opts to give the ball to the big running back, Glidden, to see if he can gain it or at least make it a manageable fourth down. And Hermon taking a lengthy huddle, wondering if coach is just letting the play clock go down or kind of buy a bit of a rest. And Hermon takes the timeout. Great ball game this afternoon. The weather has cooperated. We've had sun and clouds and sky brightening a bit as we head towards the end of the game. Critical down for the Hawks. Exciting game, but a game of you wish there were key plays, some key penalties on both sides, kind of stopping drives or keeping drives alive. I give a shout out to Nokomis Regional High's athletic director, Mr. Mark Babin. Mr. Babin is on a road to recovery, but I know he's at home watching the game and keeping tabs on us here in the press booth, giving us some good warm feedback that we're bringing a great game to the crowd. So shout out to you, Mark. We miss you. Hope you're doing well. And hopefully the Warrior side of the ball can bring home a big victory today. Third and a long 10, a short 11. Take your pick. Koska back in the shotgun. There's movement. I think I saw a little burgundy flare for on the left side of the line. But the officials are going to chat. Was he drawn offside? So big penalty either way. Which sideline's going to erupt in applause? The officials talk. Dead ball foul. False start, Hermon. So the Nokomis side gives a cheer. A tough penalty for Hermon. Already in third and long situation. Ball moves back to the 35-yard line. Hawks need to get to the 10-yard line for a first down. Hawks break the huddle, come to the line of scrimmage. Koska drops back to pass, dances in the pocket. He's pressured, pushed out to the left. Flag comes flying at Koska. Koska dumps under. He sends a bullet into the end zone. It's off the chest of the receiver, but there's a flag on the play. Koska kind of down on the ground, banging his fist. Loses his helmet, not sure. Personal foul, roughing the passer. So again, another huge penalty. And I think that is an automatic first down. Coach Rogers exasperated. So the Warrior mistake bails out Hermon. Hawks are going to find themselves 4th and 15. But courtesy roughing the passer. Hawks will be first and goal. Ball right at the 10-yard line. Nokomis was able to come up with a first and goal stop on a first and goal situation in the first half. Let's see if they can answer the bell again. This has got to be a frustrating game for Coach. Glidden with the handoff, heads to the right, and he's wrestled down shy of the 10. I think that may have been Leali. Just a great open field tackle, second and no gain.
Second and goal at the 9-yard line.
That's a great open field tackle on Glidden. He's a big, powerful back. You know, you wonder, too, if at this point with just under 7 to go, if fatigue becomes a factor, you know, that there's no exchange for kind of the conditioning players get in playing live action. And Hermon, with their first game of the season, I haven't played 4 quarters of live action for a long time, so Nokomis, see if it gives them a slight advantage this tight ball game as we near the end. Koska back to pass, finds an open receiver, and he's going to cut into the end zone. Great route by Clark Pelletier. Started outside. I think he got a little pick play and just cut back through the middle of the field and darts into a wide open end zone. Touchdown Hawks, so Hawks tie it up at 12 apiece. With the extra point attempt, we'll get a chance to take the lead. .6:28 to go, fourth quarter. We're all tied at 12. Hermon, they're going to try to take the lead here. Looks like Koska stays in the game. Hermon will try the 2-point attempt. We'll take that back. Number 75, Owen Wyman, the kicker, in to attempt the point after. The kick is no good, wide left. Wyman got a good boot on it, but it was wide left, so we're still tied. Neither team able to convert on a point after attempt, so 6:28 to go. Nokomis, can they put together a late drive to take the lead here?
Score is tied now. Nokomis 12, Hermon 12. The concession stand has only a few burgers left. 5 burgers, half off. Owen Wyman to kick for the Hawks.
Wyman set to kick it off. Kind of a short kick. Takes a hopper right into Moore's arms. Moores comes to the right. On his feet, dancing through. He's still on his feet and pushes over midfield. Great return by Aaron Moores. Well, 33 yards on the play. Sort of just galloped through the midfield. Following blockers.
Taken down by Wyman.
So just what you want. Nokomis has had several drives that have started near midfield. Only able to convert on one of them, but now will be a great time to make it a second drive with 6:20 to go in regulation. White comes in motion. Inside handoff to Leali. Leali pushes inside the 45-yard line, make it the 44. Gain of about 3. Leali's had some really solid first down runs. Get, that 3 or 4 yards. No, maybe it's not that, 20 or 30 yard, but when you get second and manageable, it's huge. Hatchgrove back to pass, stops and fires to Moore. Trying to hit Moore on the quick hitter. Low into the ground will be third down. Hartsgrove back to pass, steps through the pressure, tries to get away from number 33, Smith, but Smith just will not let go of the ankle. He's dropped for a loss of about 2. Make it 3, 4th and 10. Punt crew in for the Warriors. So a quick drive for Nokomis. Stalls out. The original line of scrimmage, Leali back to punt. Flanders back deep. Looks like he's got Glidden with him. Flag on the play. Leali's punt is high. It's going to fall short. Somebody needs to touch that as it bounces backwards. But there was a flag on the play right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe Nokomis can catch a break here. If Hermon jumped early, Warriors, we'll see what Coach Warges might decide if he's got a 4th and 5 at the Hawk 40-yard line. I see Leali kind of nodding his head. Motion Nokomis. I think the volleyball team just arriving back from their match at MDI, making a lot of noise. I know MDI strong. I know the official originally pointed that the penalty was against Nokomis. I think it is. I think after conferring with coaches, it looks like Coach Gallant has opted to decline the penalty and take the ball at his own 31-yard line with 4:45 to go. Game tied.
Take over at their own 31, 1st and 10.
Hawks' first touchdown came after a late half. Kind of trick play by Nokomis, got the interception, and had a big play in the end zone. But Hermon has had some big late down conversions, mixed in with a few tough penalties on the Warrior side of the field to keep drives alive. So Hermon with a chance with 4:45 to get a late game drive to take the lead. Like there have been a lot of flags and interruptions in the game. It's just slowed the pace of the game. I feel like neither team has really been able to get into any sense of rhythm or momentum. I tell you what does have a lot of rhythm and momentum are the pretzels that the Snack Shack is selling. All day long, pretzels heading out. Oh, I see pretzels heading out. Hand off to Glidden. He's bumped at the line of scrimmage, trying to stretch the play. Great pursuit by the Nokomis line. No gain on the play, 2nd down.
Short gain on the play.
Actually, give him a couple of yards. Clock continuing to grind down towards the 4-minute mark. Could be one of those games where you want to be the last team with the ball and get that score to come away with a win. Been a choppy play between miscues and penalties on both sides today. Both teams potentially come away with a win here. Koska, handoff, miscue, it's on the ground. Looks like Koska able to jump back on it. I think that was Glidden able to cover it back up, but a couple yard loss will make it 3rd and 11. I think probably Hermon Huddle trying to keep my narrative alive here. Miscues and penalties. Hermon has been able to get some big plays when they've had a long third or fourth and long. So Nokomis, let's see if they can come up with a big stop here. 3 minutes to go in regulation. Koska, looks like one of the receivers jumped early, but no play. Ball's in the air. Oh, it's a beautiful pass to number 84, Bud Coulter, the freshman. He gets behind Moores. Moore can't get a fingertip on it. Coulter collects the pass. And 3rd and 12 from the Hermon's own 30-yard line. It's about a 73-yard touchdown completion. Koska to Coulter. Huge play. The Hawks take the lead with 2:47 to go in the game, and you could feel the air just come out of the Nokomis sideline. But that's been happening all day. The Hermon receivers are getting behind the defensive backs of Nokomis. They've had a couple of big completions. They had a couple of drops early that could have turned into something big. So it ends up costing the Warriors deep into the game. Hermon, Wyman, see if third time will be the charm for the point after. Snap is down, kick is up, and it looks like it's through the uprights. 19-12, Hermon. Wyman converts on his third attempt to give his Hawk team a 7-point cushion with 2:47 to go.
So 2 minutes and 47 seconds. Hermon Hawks lead 19-12.
Tight ball game today. Now we've seen some big shifts in momentum. Can the Warriors swing it back? Nokomis has been able to get good field position off Hermon's kick game, and they need it now. Been able to get the ball right around the 50 or just inside the 50, and definitely it's a situation Nokomis would like to have a short field to work with. Wyman set to kick. Kind of a short kick. Bouncer pops right up into Moore's hands. Moore trying to bring it out to the left. Breaks out of the shirt grab and gets it to about the Nokomis 40-yard line. So Warriors will have 2:40 to get 60 yards into the end zone. Plenty of time left for Nokomis. But this is the series. Nokomis has got to put it together and leave the miscues and the penalties behind them. See if the Warriors can dial it up here. As Hartsgrove looked to go back to Dawson Townsend. Townsend had some big grabs in the first half. Haven't seen him targeted second half. Hartsgrove back. Looks like a screenplay out to Leali. Leali has some room. Leali over the 50-yard line, and it's going to be a 15-yard gain on the screenplay. Great call by Coach Rogers. Hermon pushing through the line and bit on the hook, and Leali, great first down play. And only using 15 seconds on the clock, 2:31 to go. Ball into Hermon territory at the 44-yard line. 1st and 10 Warriors. Hartsgrove throws it out to White. White dances by one defender, but he's wrapped up by the touchdown recipient, Coulter. Gain of about 3 on the play. Under 2 minutes, 2nd and 7.
2nd down and 7.
Hartsgrove under center. Moore in motion. Handoff goes to him. Moore gallops out to the left, heads to the sideline, cuts up field. Ball pops out. Is it in bounds? I think White arguing the ball was out of bounds. Moore lose the handle. The officials consult. Hermon has recovered the loose ball, but the question is, was either Moore down or was the ball out of bounds? Oh, Warriors catch a huge break. Retain possession as the ball went out of bounds, or Moore stepped out of bounds. It's a first down for the Warriors.
And that's a first down for Nokomis.
And the Warrior faithful breathe a sigh of relief with 1:33 to go. Nokomis on the march. Ball just inside the Hermon 30-yard line. .133 to go. Hartsgrove back to pass. Looks deep. He's got White wide open. White dives into the end zone just out of his reach.
Incomplete. Hartsgrove intended for Matt.
White way behind the defense. Hartsgrove launches it 45 yards into the air, and White dives just out of reach. 2nd down. .127, 2nd down. Warriors down 7. Hartsgrove runs to the right. He's got Leali. He keeps it. Flag on the play. Again, that flag has been thrown a few times on front of the Hermon bench when the play has come to this side of the field. And it's been a holding on Nokomis. Let's hope something different. We'd like to see something different. And it is. I'm not sure what's happening away from the play. If that's an Nokomis receiver trying to block and hold somebody, or if that official just has a unique angle across the field on a hold. But that's the 3rd penalty exactly like that, and a terrible time to be taking a penalty. So it'll be 2nd and about 22. Down 7, 1:20 to go. Clock rolling. Warriors definitely have to air it out here. Hartsgrove moves to his right, stumbles a bit, tries to keep it, and he's going to be dropped close to the line of scrimmage. So Hartsgrove really has got to get rid of it, you know, both to not lose yardage, but also to stop the clock.
By Jacob Dow. Alex Smith brings up 3rd and long for Nokomis.
Timeout on the field. I think it's got to be a Nokomis timeout. 1:03. So it's 3rd and long. So Nokomis has the immediate problem. They need a first down. And then closely followed by they're down 7 with 1:03 to go. But the Warriors have been able to get some big pass plays today. Madden White nearly with a diving touchdown grab. Dawson Townsend had some big receptions in the first half. Hermon sensing this game with a big defensive play here could push it, you know, really to miracle time for the Warriors. Hartsgrove looks left, fakes, and he's going to be wrapped up for a loss. Number 56, Hunter Kenna, just broke through the line, and Hartsgrove had nowhere to go. Nokomis will take another timeout, and so it's definitely desperation time. Nokomis are really up against it. Ball's backed up to the 48-yard line, and they've got to get inside the 20. So Warriors needing 30 on this 4th down, just under a minute left to play. Been a tight game. It been some moments with stellar play, but it has been, I think, both coaches probably sense of frustration. And surely Coach Rogers will feel like if we don't convert here, just this one slipped through their fingers. But it's like they say, it ain't over till it's over. Can this Nokomis line, I think that's the key right here. This Nokomis line has got to give Hartsgrove a few seconds to let those receivers get downfield so he can set his feet and fire, and Hermon will take a timeout.
Timeout, Hermon.
You know, you can't rule out. Hermon's had some costly penalties that have given the Warriors hope. So I think if you're Coach Kyle Gallant, you definitely want to stress that. You know, no mistakes here, no foolish fouls. I think both sides, I think we've used a lot of timeouts. We've had a lot of stoppages of plays for penalties. Yeah. Hermon out of timeouts, and Nokomis has 1 remaining. I don't think it's going to be unless Hermon, you know, there's some kind of penalty or something. If Nokomis doesn't convert here, I think Hermon can take a knee and end the game with a couple of knees if they get the ball. But I want to see this play first. Hartsgrove back to pass. He's got a little bit of a pocket. He rolls away from some pressure to his left. And he's fighting for his life, and he gets by the rush. He launches it deep. Leali up to get it. And Gabe Glidden just jumps in front of Leali. I think Leali thought he had a shot at it, and Glidden just bounced in front of Leali and intercepts it, where the Hawks will take over with 40 seconds to go. And I don't think the Warriors, unless there's some sort of fumble, can stop the clock enough to get a second chance at this. But you never know. Hermon still has to get those exchanges from their center to their quarterback. That was some great scrambling by Grady Hartsgrove. You know, it's all you can ask for. You got the ball up in the air and gave us a chance. It was just a nice defensive play by Glidden. Hermon crowds the line. They're going to take a knee here. Clock rolling. I'm not sure Hermon needs to snap it again. I think Coach Rogers said just head to the sideline, kind of waving the white flag over to Coach Gallant. Or actually, take that back. He's not waving that flag. I think Nokomis may have called a timeout, but the clock's still running. Or not. Maybe he's just got him huddled up. I think it is just the clock running out. And Hermon side, you gotta understand Hermon's excitement, having been sidelined for several weeks with some COVID issues, able to get back on the field, and they steal the victory here today. And Nokomis' homecoming with a late score. So give credit to the Hawks. They survived in a tough loss for Nokomis. But Warriors will be on the road next week. Then we will return back here at Nokomis Columbus Day weekend for our final home game. So I hope you've enjoyed today's broadcast and joined many of the other athletic teams that will be in action next week. Hope you're all doing well, and give a loud Go Warriors cheer.